Hello everyone, this is one of the new 2022 LEGO Minecraft sets. It's the Fox Lodge. This set has 2 full minifigs and then a handful of mobs, and the main structure here is intended to represent a player-built house that in turn has been shaped and colored to look like a sleeping regular fox. There's an interesting contrast and stark contrast in appearance between the head of this giant scale player-built fox structure and the mobs, the official mobs that LEGO has given us for foxes. We'll talk about that more later, but first I want you to see just a general overview of what you get here, what you're paying for. A little bit of snowy area, a little bit of water. This is intended to be just a grassy ground area in a cold climate, so it's done with the sand green, which I think is appropriate. And I think the shaping overall of the structure is very good, and just looks like a well-done thing by a player. Not too large, completely open around the back as well, but there are some small details inside. I think a reasonable number of details inside of there, but I wanted you to see the overall shape of everything you get here, and then we can go in and look at the details a little bit more closely. Really quickly, there's nothing in here right now, but I'll show you what could be put in there. The water has a single 2x2 jumper on it in trans dark blue. I believe that's a new color for that. It's going to be super, super useful. The ears, well, first of all, the eyes are built with black, and then this is dark orange for the shade color here. And up in the ears, you have the light nougat color, formerly called light flesh, for the shaded area of that, for more of the inner skin tone. And other than that, outside there's a torch and a berry bush, which is important for breeding foxes. Looking inside, well, let's look inside, shall we? You can see that there's a little seam in here, a little area that can be pulled off. That portion of the roof can be removed. And also up here, this can be removed, but it's not complete. Just lets you have a little bit more access in there. I'd say it more lets light down in there than it really gives you usable access. If I can get this to please kindly focus, thank you very much. Purple color for the bed. You got a potted plant there, a small crafting table, obviously furnace, which also gives you both options as usual, both prints. They've got the furnace on and furnace off versions. Square cake, not the first time we've gotten a proper square cake here, and a map. Those are all printed pieces, no stickers in this set whatsoever. And then up top, just some jumpers to allow that to be easy to take off. And that's really it. That's it for the stuff that you really build up. The rest of the pieces just go into the figures and mobs. Speaking of mobs, here are the 3 foxes. So this is a fox cub, although it's kind of largish as cubs go, or as baby animals go in Lego form. This is a regular fox, and then this is the Arctic fox, which is a new one for this set. New and thus far exclusive to this set, with the white color for the head and its own coloring for the eyes, and then they just built it up with white, light gray, and the light aqua color. The thing about these, and I've talked about this before, is that the faces just aren't right. Obviously, they use the ocelot mold for the head, which a lot of people have complained about. I don't think the mold is the biggest problem here. I think that the print is more of a problem. Yes, the mold is wrong. The proportions are not correct, but I think that they're serviceable. I think the problem is more the proportions of the eyes and where the eyes are placed on the face and how they're shaped and everything. I mean, this just is not right. It looks like the face of an ocelot to me, almost. I mean, the face is supposed to look like that. Just look at that. That's pretty right there. So if they had taken this exact mold right here and just done the proportions and the placement more like that, I'm assuming it would have been better. I'm assuming that there are just technical production issues restricting exactly where they can print with the process that's used for printing the front of this face. I believe that is the excuse, which is a valid one, but not a good enough excuse for me as a customer, as a consumer. I would like this to be much better. This looks a little bit better to me, actually. I kind of like this, even if it's not entirely accurate. It's still kind of special. I'm happy to see this. Would like it to be better. The figures then are drowned on the right, just another one of those, and that one looks pretty good to me. I like the printing that's used there, even though the quality of print is not perfect, but it feels at least good enough to me. I'm happy to get another one of those. And on the left is a brand new skin that LEGO has not done before, just a fox skin for a regular player. And the player has a diamond sword and fishing rod and has caught a color matching salmon is the intent there, I believe. The printing for this figure is not perfect. The white definitely could have been more opaque, but at least it's consistent with the parts that are there between the printing on the torso and the head, so it doesn't stand out so much. And you do see the difference between the light nougat skin tone in the face and the white. So I think it's enough, but I will always ask for better opacity until we get better opacity, especially since LEGO has shown us good opacity in the past. So let's keep the good stuff going and not keep the bad stuff going. There you can see that the printing shifted just a little bit, but it also illustrates the subtlety of some of those pixels in there. I don't know. I like the drowned. Now, I paid $20 US for this set, and that changes things for me because when I built it, once it was all done, I felt disappointed. I felt like I had previously expected this to be nicer than it is. I think I was spoiled a little bit by things like was it chicken farm that they did before, some chicken coop? And also the pig house that they did before. I thought that those were both pretty excellent, especially the pig house. There's something just really special about that to me, and I like that type of set where it's creating a mob or an in-game object at large scale and presenting it as a player-made structure. But after being disappointed by the amount of stuff here and its simplicity, I then went back and looked at the price and was like, oh, $20, you know what? This actually is a very decent amount of stuff for $20. Like, imagine just one of the tiny little $10 sets and then double that. That's how much we're paying for. We're paying for two tiny little sets. And I feel like we're getting at least two tiny sets worth of stuff here. At least. That said, I am certain that serious fans of the game will be so let down by the look of the foxes that may actually push this off the table entirely for consideration. Just that, I feel, ruins things so much because the rest of it is good. And if you're not taking things too seriously and you're not looking for absolute accuracy, maybe you're not even a player of the game, but you like Lego Minecraft in particular because it is its own thing and you don't have to be a fan of one to be a fan of the other, then I think you might actually get a decent value out of this. And if you just like the presentation of what you see here, then I think you're paying a respectable price for it. I don't think that you're getting gouged with this at all. And the production quality of everything is at least acceptable. Your mileage may vary on that. So yeah, kind of mixed thoughts on this overall. Decent value, not the greatest designs. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.